this is Melanie for Pardesi. I have watched 2 movies this week, both entitled Ittefaq. I saw the original 1969 version starring Rajesh Khanna and Nanda. It was directed by Yash Chopra. So now we have a new version 50 years later, directed by Akshaye Chopra, and this appears to be his directorial debut for a feature-length film. He had done some short films. It's a co-production with Dharma and Red Chillies Entertainment, Shah Rukh Khan's production company. The original was one of those mysteries where almost the entire plot happens in one house, and you're trying to figure out the Rajesh Khanna plays a madman who's escaped from a mental hospital. He had supposedly murdered his wife. He escapes one stormy night and takes refuge in the house of, this wife who, at one point when he's, hiding upstairs, he finds a dead body. And then later it's not there anymore and he can't figure out. So they have a moment of connection in the film. Gradually, instead of becoming hostage, they become closer and whatever. And there's just all of this mystery upon mystery, and you don't know whose story to believe, and yet you're watching everything. I really enjoyed the 1969 version. It is free on YouTube if you would like to seek that one out. So I wondered, in a remake, I figured the reason I watched it was because I figured they would play with all the audience's expectations who have grown up with the original Yash Chopra version. And, I figured they had to put some twist on it. 2017 Ittefaq, which means coincidence, by the way, roughly translated. That's the way the subtitles translated it anyway. Is that instead of being a very minor character, the police inspector is played by Akshaye Khanna, and he is as Dev, and he is one of the major characters of this plot. And instead of happening all in the entire movie basically taking place in the house where everything happens, it's instead mostly in the police station, and Dev goes back and forth and gets the different stories of Sonakshi Sinha and Sidharth Malhotra. He's trying to figure out who he should believe, as the trailers have shown us. The whole social media campaign is don't spoil it. So don't spoil the ending. So this is going to be a shorter review because I am not going to spoiler anything. So don't think, oh, I've seen the original, I don't need to see the updated version, because I think this movie, Yash Chopra is one of the greats, but I'm just saying this is a really good thriller movie. I don't know if all the logic, when you walk out of the theater, I'm not sure that every single plot point matches up as you're looking back on it. The logic puzzle of it, but it's still really good. For me, it's such a delight seeing Akshaye Khanna doing these character roles. It's just awesome that he's back doing all of these roles again. I just love it that he's doing so many of these movies. I have enjoyed every single picture that I have seen him in this year, mainly because, he was in Mom in a similar kind of cop role. So I love that. Now, Sonakshi Sinha, I don't think she got as much to do in this film as Nanda did in the full range that the original film had. So that's a little bit disappointing, as we saw in the trailer. There's Sidharth's story and there's her story, and so, in the trailer you see a little thing where she's touching Sidharth's hand over a drink and whatever. So there's a little bit, I just didn't feel like it was quite as much as the original film. And they took some of it away by giving it to Akshaye Khanna's character, I guess. And then Sidharth is fine, but let me tell you, Rajesh Khanna at his peak in 1969, hubba hubba, oh my God. This was one of his first films, wasn't it? No doubt that he became such a sensation. Oh my gosh. Nirja, now I understand why you loved Rajesh and kept watching his movies over and over. I have seen him in Anand. That's the other movie that I have seen him in, and this was quite different. So the original is very melodramatic, and he's all crazed and whatever. So, but I just thought he was so good. He was so good. So Sidharth does not quite match the heights of Rajesh Khanna's acting ability. Let's just put it that way. But still, he was very good. And I think this was the way this script was written was a good part for him and played up to Sidharth's strengths. So I highly recommend you go and see this film. You don't have to have seen the original to see this new 2017 version. It just will add a little bit of enjoyment at the end if you're expecting certain things to happen that don't necessarily happen. I highly encourage you. It is really great that we're getting a tight crime thriller like this. It's more unusual, and I hope there's more films like this made. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. And it's also nice. There's no songs. It's under 2 hours. It's very enjoyable to see in the theater. So, big thumbs up. If you like this review, please press that like button, share the video, and love for you to subscribe to Pardesi and join us on Twitter and Facebook at Pardesi YT.